up, dudes and dudettes and everything else in between? How y'all doing? Happy fucking Sunday. Hope you guys are having some ounce of fucking sanity, but don't worry, I am going to undo that. I'm going to unbind you from your reality, and we're going to descend into my underworld. And as per usual, when you enter my realm, into my fucking timeline, y'all, we are going to enjoy some absurdities of life, even if they're really fucking dark, or if it's really sad, or if it's pathetic. We always want to laugh at shit.
The blood test center at the Jewish General Hospital.
Yep, this guy again, coming back for more humiliations. This is going to be the second time I'm making a video about this guy. And as I've already stated, I'm just gonna put my conspiracy theorist thinking cap on it, because I want you guys to just try to follow this. I told you, this timeline's gonna be nutty, okay? I have this feeling, maybe I'm wrong, that this guy enjoys being publicly humiliated. Just to bitch about nothing, okay? Just like the show Seinfeld, it's a show about nothing. So he's living that fucking dream. He's trying to have some ounce of meaning in his life, but he enjoys the public humiliation ritual a little too much. So you know what? I am okay with delivering that for him.
I'm sad to give this report every time I come here.
Guys, breaking news. This is fucking breaking news. Never mind the Epstein files. Never mind that we are probably going to have a World War III, or Trump is going to send up the fucking troops and take over Canada, okay? Breaking news, everybody! This guy, this boomer, wants to let you guys know about the societal problems that we have every time he goes to the Jewish General Hospital. This is way more important than anything that you are reading or listening to in your daily life. It's only fair that we give this guy a chance to say what it is he has to fucking say. He is a journalist, after all, as per his Instagram bio, which I'm actually eventually gonna get to.
The people who do not think of others. There's a gentleman not too far away from me who has been blowing his nose for the last 10 minutes. He's taking the filthy, dirty Kleenex and he's putting it back in his pocket. He's then touching his cell phone. He then touched the place to press to get his appointment for his blood test. And he's gonna probably touch a doorknob and a few others.
That's the breaking news. He is at the Jewish General Hospital. An area, a place, a facility where people are sick, people are slowly dying, or they are dying, or they're just asleep because they're under anesthetics, or, getting that Aussie level of laughing gas or something that is not working on them, okay? He is describing a man who's not too far from him doing what every human does, blowing his nose in a Kleenex. He's making eye contact with the guy who's not too far away from him, making a video about this guy. Isn't that, guys, breaking news? Amazing, right? It's like people haven't learned their fucking lesson. That how could you go around there and not think about others? How could you go around out in society, minding your fucking business, just doing what you usually do, when you go to the goddamn hospital, wanting to get your appointment over with, blood tests and shit. And you're out here just, whatever reason, I don't know why the guy is there. Is he dying? Is he just getting a regular blood test, like an annual blood test? And how dare he? How fucking dare he? Doing what people have always done prior to the pandemic. Going to the hospital, blowing your nose. And yeah, you might touch a couple of things, but I'll prefer that over people taking a shit and not washing their fucking hands, though. That whole fucking thing. Yeah, being a human is disgusting. It is. You know this guy is better than you because he expressed in the last video that he got all of his Rona shots, not sure about the boosters though, and his flu shot. That was his advice the last time. Wash your hands with soap, Purell, wear a mask, think of other people, and also get the flu shot. That's literally his fucking advice. There's something that I find really bizarre about this, okay? Let me just point this out before I get back to the fucking clip. I'm trying to sell you all on a fucking point here. You know how disgusting it is that you have a guy who is minding his fucking business and you have this loser who's probably at this point in time the only loser on that floor, in that general area, wearing a mask, talking about a dude who's doing human things and getting a blood test, and literally, like, he looks at him, like, how many feet is this guy away from the other dude? Don't you guys find that just a little bit, I don't think the right word is dehumanizing, but, like, kind of rude? That you're talking about a dude who's just doing his own thing, even though you find it morally reprehensible, and you go out of your way to make a fucking video when the guy's probably like 10 feet away from you, just talking about him in front of him, basically, wearing a mask? Like, bro, do you realize the cognitive dissonance that you're putting on here? Do you realize how scum of the earth you look like right now? Not only do you look fucking stupid, still wearing a mask. Again, why aren't you wearing more than one layers of masks? I don't care if you want to wear 9 or 10 or 12, okay? If you want to think about others, walk that extra mile and do that, okay? This video is sponsored by Bleach for a fucking reason. Okay, this is a good quality bleach I'm gonna try to sell you, and it's safe and effective just because I said so. There's no evidence to back it up. Just trust any person who's selling you shit online. Just like you did in the last video over a month ago, and you're just being a fucking douchebag talking about a dude who's waiting for his appointment for a blood test. He's probably sick, as some people are, or at the very least they're dying in the hospitals. And you go out and you make a video humiliating yourself over a nothing burger. He's having a Seinfeld moment, everybody. And this is why I say that I think this guy is enjoying being publicly humiliated over the same thing. You said it was breaking news. You said it was breaking news. Why isn't CTV picking up the story? I'm surprised he didn't call the fucking health inspectors or fucking snitch line on this guy. Why didn't you? You should be a good Quebec role model citizen. You should have fucking called the cops on this guy. How dare this guy, be out here at the fucking hospital not thinking about others. This guy should be like, we should be like Australia. We should have had those quarantine camps. That will show him that he shouldn't be messing around with, being in public and acting like that. How dare you?
By the way, he's not wearing a mask. I think this is absolutely disgusting.
This whole entire charade, this whole prop up, you wearing a mask, you suddenly had the need to go do this video, is way more disgusting than the dude just blowing his fucking nose, probably blowing ass. Hopefully blowing ass in your general direction at some point because you fucking stink.
And if you want to get a really bad cold, then come to the test center and hang out with a guy like this.
I personally don't give a shit. The only time I'm going to start to have a problem is when people, there is an argument to be made in terms of how people are unable to act in society. Like, let's say if you're going to be coughing, you don't cover yourself, or you sneeze in my face, don't be surprised if I punch yours. You're being rude. Yeah, I get it. There's manners, there's human decency. This doesn't fall into that, okay? Who gives a fuck that this guy's not wearing a mask? Who gives a fuck that he blew his nose in a Kleenex? Just be happy that he didn't blow his nose in his hands and decided to give you a hug. And he knew that you were making a video about him and say, I'm going to troll this fucking Beetlejuice and, scared the bejesus out of him, because I don't know this guy, this fucking dude was a germaphobe before the pandemic. Like, as I stated in the last video about this guy, the brainwashing is strong in this one. And again, if you have issues, what's it gonna take for people to understand? Dude, just admit you get your heart and your rocks off just by thinking about another lockdown. Just admit it. Okay? And it's cool, it's fine. And everybody's talking about their fetishes today. People want to also know what your pronouns are. It turns people on. There are two people that I do not even want to hang around. Those that are, just coughing and they're being rude about it. Like, there's no concept of manners and, personal space and just a little bit, right? Okay? Not sure if that's an example, but this guy, I'm not going to trust his opinion, given also his amazing medical advice from the last video. The other type of person that I wouldn't want to hang out with, and I try to be deliberate about this, because, hello, freedom of association, I'm going to get called a racist, I'm going to get called a bigot, I'm going to be called a lot of things out in the comments, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. You guys are free to do that, by the way. I enjoy your interactions in the chat. Guys like this dude, guys like this, I would not want to hang around them, because I don't know if you're going to start micromanaging me, trying to single me out in public, or you're probably just going to you're going to make a video about me on the side while you're being a fucking prick wearing a mask. Like, at the Jewish. Sorry, I'm not interested. I'm trying to guard my fucking peace, or whatever's left of my fucking sanity. Whatever's left of my sanity. Those two are the types of people I would not want to hang around. But speaking of hanging around, I found this guy's Insta, and oh boy, I have to share this with you guys, because I couldn't help but laugh. And I noticed something quite interesting, okay? You should see this guy's bio. He's a journalist and a politician. He's a municipal politician. I'm not quite sure where. According, I'm going to assume this is today's updated information. But he's a politician. Okay, so this guy wants to exercise some ounce of power. Some illegitimate power that he wants to feel fucking special and yada, yada, yada. Marketing specialist, food blogger, which, yeah, I do see quite a bit. But I noticed something quite interesting that I have to point out. But this part of the bio made me laugh. It is so fucking funny that he posted this. This guy is clearly a boomer, okay? This guy is a boomer, but he literally put down influencer. He put fucking influencer, like Gen Z lexicon rhetoric in his bio to be fucking hip, and he is still going on this fucking crusade to, like he's doing the whole pearl clutching thing and then dangling off the, like, whatever, a stick's fucking described, oy vey type of thing. And recording, I'm sorry, making a video about, no, he's having a Seinfeld moment. It's a video about nothing. He's bitching about nothing. I'm sorry. That fucking bio made me laugh, and you guys all know how I feel about the term influencer. Yeah, he has more posts than me. He has more followers than me. I don't give a shit. Okay, what is the threshold that you could truly call yourself an influencer? Personally with me, I've been on YouTube for 13 years and still at the same fucking sub count for, I think I'm just going to be there forever, so there's no point in even dwelling on it. I would even argue I'm an influencer by that logic, even though I hate the fucking term, and hate is a strong word. I find it very obnoxious. I mean, come on. Do you guys see how hilarious this guy, he's trying to, pose himself? And he's a journalist, he's a politician, and he's an influencer. Oh, okay, dude, okay. You're trying to exercise some ounce of fucking power and trying to, use this guy as an example to, really, keep beating people down until morality improves, right? Well, speaking of morality, though, and we're thinking about other people, I wish you'd follow your own advice, because I saw that it says food blogger. You're clearly a foodie. And, you know, dude, you're not thinking about other people. When I see you out on these reels not wearing a mask and not social distancing. Hello, pot meat kettle.
Hang out with a guy like this, who I have no respect for.
And I'm glad that you ended up stating that, because it's people like you with this sort of mentality that I do not have compassion for. Even if you guys had the mob up my ass with your fucking pitchforks, I am not going to issue an apology. I do not feel bad. I am not even going to an ounce of fucking mercy. And I also don't have respect for you. Because given what it is that I've seen, and this is twice now that you have made a video about nothing, I too do not have respect for you. People that do not have basic human decency, especially when you're dealing with germs and all that shit, and personal space, and also, again, emphasis on human decency. Because I love how this guy is speaking like he's like very self-righteous about it. And individuals like you that I would not want to fucking hang out with. You're the types of people in society that think they're doing something right when you're a threat to me. And I try to stay away from people like you with this disgusting, self-righteous, morally superior, pearl-clutching, brainwash boomers. Like, no, not fucking interested. Stay the fuck away from me, and we're gonna be good. Because, I don't want to be around these fucking people. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a fucking psychic vampire just draining my energy. He's just, even watching this video, probably drained a little bit of my fucking IQs or something. But honestly, yeah, no fucking thank you. But I am glad that I help indulge in your humiliation, and hopefully we don't have to do this again. But if you constantly want to keep bitching about how people are not wearing masks and not thinking about others, as you clearly demonstrated in your Instagram, let the humiliation rituals continue. Because I'm enjoying this shit. Well, that's it, folks. Peace out.